Welcome in, everybody, for the first episode of what will become a series of monthly free Games Workshop minis of the month. In case you didn't know, your local Games Workshop, every month, the beginning of the month, will have a free mini that you can go pick up. No purchase necessary. You just walk in and say, hey, free mini, please. And they hand you this little box. And you know when the mini's coming out and what it's going to be because they put an article about it on warhammercommunity.com. So keep a look out there. It's usually by the end of the first week of the month is when it drops. This month is a Stormvermin from Age of Sigmar. So we're going to be putting that to assembling it and then painting it in this video. You need a few tools, some snippers to get the miniature off the sprue, some tweezers help for gluing in certain situations, so it's nice to have those. Obviously, you need some glue, and then a hobby knife or a file to get rid of any unwanted sprue bits that come off on the mini, and or mold lines. So getting into the mini, you pull the sprue out, and it's just one sprue, one mini. Was that 6 parts? So super easy to put together. So we're going to go ahead and take all the bits off the sprue. We're going to speed up this next part just because you don't want to, spend 2 minutes watching me snip something off a sprue. When you're removing the mini from the sprue, just try and get as close to the model as possible. You don't want to remove pieces of the model itself. It's okay to leave some sprue on the mini because you can just come behind it with that hobby knife or file and get rid of any unwanted pieces. It helps to kind of see how the pieces are going to fit together before you actually start gluing. So I just started with the 2 back pieces, put a few dots of glue down the center line and hold it together for a few seconds, and there you go. Fortunately, the super glue I'm using, the Army Painter super glue, it's really good. It's one of the better glues I've used. Some people like to use plastic glues. I'm not the biggest fan of plastic glues, personally, because it melts the plastic. And if you get it on areas you don't want it, it can mess up the mini itself. So for that reason, I like super glue. So with that, we have the torso and the legs put together this mini. The only thing left is the arms, which will be the weapon, and the head. But for the purposes of this, we just want to show the process of taking a mini off the sprue, putting it together, and painting it, and also just get it out there that the Games Workshop has a free mini of the month every month, because I've been wargaming for almost 2 decades, and I just learned about this free mini of the month last month. So goal going forward will be every month to get a free mini and put together a video like this, pulling it out of the box, taking it off the sprue, putting it together, painting it, and ideally, we will use these as benchmarks to see how we are improving as a painter, because that is the overall goal of this channel, is to improve as a painter. I want to go from just having tabletop quality minis to competition level minis. Not to say I'd ever enter a painting competition, but it'd be nice to be able to have the confidence to do it. So follow along, and tips, tricks, hacks, things that you see me doing that you think I can improve on, all is welcome in the comments. Hit me with everything. I'm going to be reading every comment to see your guys' suggestions for maybe some techniques I should try, some things I can improve on, and things like that. Or maybe even a model you want to see me paint. So drop those in the comments. After we put the mini together, we're going to hit it with some primer. We're doing the gray spray can from Games Workshop. So just a nice gray base coat. We're going to be hitting it with some just red from Pro Acrylic. Hitting that red on all the armor pieces because that's kind of the standard color scheme for these minis. So just going through, slow through the entire model, making sure we're hitting all the armor pieces with that red. Next, we're going to go for all the skin pieces. So what we did here is we mixed some pink, put that down, and then went over that with a few layers of different skin tones and browns to kind of have an underlying pinkish skin tone, but also kind of a, rat hide feel to it. After that, we're going to hit his cloth pieces, which we're just doing a ivory on the cloth and then going behind that ivory with a bone speed paint. That'll give us a really quick and easy, grungy cloth look. For all the metal pieces, we're just using Army Painter plate metal. So that's the blade of his glaive, his chain armor, the blade of his secondary sickle weapon, and then the blade on his helmet. So after we hit all the areas with the metal, we're going to go in and hit all the wood and wraps with a light brown speed paint. And once we get all those areas, we're going to go back in to all the red, and we're going to edge highlight all of it, everything. Well, that's it for this video, the first installment of Games Workshop Free Mini of the Month. Again, I appreciate you checking it out. If you stayed this long, go ahead and drop a like, hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with the new videos. And remember, let me know down in the comments, what can I do to be a better painter? Or what questions do you have that I might be able to answer? Or at the very least, send me down rabbit holes to get the answers for you. Again, I appreciate you hanging out. And until next time, have a good one.